Honored to meet you. Wish I was a sort of...
Striking it rich!
I've spotted something.
If you think black sheep are weird, try weird sheep.
Another one for the collection. Striking it rich! Nothing but rubbish.
Nothing but rubbish.
The earth here seems to have been freshly fertilized and aerated. Obviously, someone has taken great care to maintain this grave.
No, that would be an insult to the dead.
And a disgrace to whomever is maintaining.
You step away from the grave.
I give milk. I give wool. And what do I get in return? One way or another, they always try to fleece me. Especially that Evelyn. She's out.
Don't disturb Master Theliron now. He's been so busy with his research, the poet...
Far. That's enough of that now. But if one were to reduce the quantity of skull dust by a percentage of 2, perhaps the stability could be increased by as much as 3-fold. Oh, a source hunter. Imagine that. Quite a bit more petite than the last of your kind I encountered, aren't you? No matter. Even if it couldn't spare its heartiest specimen, I'm sure the Order sent the individual with the next highest probability of success. Me? Why, I'm more than a little surprised you haven't heard of me. Perhaps it was I who cured the Duchess of Arata of her unslakable thirst. A simple pinch of Atropa belladonna in her morning tea. I who discovered that aging itself can be halted by a single application of Cicuta Douglasii on the tongue. Not to mention that it's been my guidance that has permitted my apprentice Evelyn to make quite a name for herself around Sicile of late.
So, which of you is more deserving of love?
Yes. If that's how we're referring to the secretive use of a revolutionary healing method she refuses to share with her own mother. She's in the other room as we speak. Perhaps you can prevail upon her to offer a demonstration. She's gotten hold of a stone, supposedly capable of fantastic feats of healing, but she won't let me take the briefest look at it. But she claims to have gotten the relic from a little northern town, Silverglen by name, and that an abbot there blessed it with the power to heal. Utter rubbish, I say. But with these blasted undead haunting the travel routes, I can hardly march up to Silverglen to learn the truth myself.
Case.
Sorry, but there isn't much work for sailors in a house of medicine. Unless one of them happens to have a secret stash of healing stones. Well, she certainly possesses a critical eye and an exacting manner when it comes to making difficult medical decisions. I expect she'll be a very successful healer in her own right when the time comes. She is learning from the best, after all. Certainly, what would you like to know? The counsellor. Terrible loss, that. Though we were hardly more than acquaintances, I knew him to be a devoted civil servant. From what I can tell, it seems to be a simple case of jealousy turned violent. The affairs of his wife, Esmeralda, were hardly a secret, you know. I've applied myself to that problem for 2 years and still haven't come a step closer to solve. I declare it an act of the Almighty's, if I believed in such things. Some events, Source Hunter, can be neither controlled nor understood by mere men.
A mysterious healing stone.
To
Interesting.
what do I
indeed.
owe the repeated pleasure, Source Hunter?
Who is more deserving of life?
Good day
Come,
to you.
make your case.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case. Anybody? Neither of you cares to plead for his very existence?
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy
Anybody?
boots.
Neither of you cares to plead for his very existence? So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case.
Right. Ain't true.
which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case.
Delicious dogfish. Yours for a
Anybody? Neither of you cares to plead for his very existence.
To what do I owe the repeated pleasure, Source Hunter?
So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case. So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case.
heavenly herring. Delicious dogfish. Yours for a scrap of dogfish.
So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case.
Getting one.
Excuse me? This is a private sick room. Who in the name of the Sevens you think you are barging in here? Out, I say, right this instant. I'm sorry. It's this task. I'm just... Who am I to meddle with life and death this way? I'm an apprentice of the healing arts. Healing! But this decision feels like precisely the opposite. I have but one healing stone, you see. I've been racking my brain trying to decide on the best method to settle this grave situation. But perhaps it's better off in the hands of an esteemed source hunter. Surely you... What would you like to know? One of the brave few willing to traverse the trade routes plagued by the undead. A young man, but excellent in matters of business, before he fell victim to an orcish club, and thankfully for him, a cattle trader found him, nearly dead, but not quite so, and brought him here straight away. Quite the venerable staple of Sicile, Stephen, and recently blessed with his third grandchild. He was leading a crew of builders when a stray beam struck him in the temple, and only a few days shy of his last day of work before retirement. No, nearly everyone in Sicile is familiar with grinning Stephen, and, as you can imagine, he's quite dear to his family. Yes, a curious relic indeed. I got it from a kindly abbot, Loic by name, in the northern town of Silver Glen. He is of a certain faith. I myself was nothing if not skeptical of his claims, but something happened as he handed me the stone. A small cut on my finger instantly healed, leaving... But it's strange. The stone is only good for a single use at a time before it reverts to a useless, inert state. It takes time to regain its magical prop. You are? I thank you a million times for your help.
Stephen should receive the stone. We know full well the difficulty of growing up without a family.
Soothing a corpse.
Boris has an entire life ahead of him. We're giving him 40, 50 more years, while Stephen only has half as many left to him.
Soothing a corpse's troubled mind. Can't have gotten far.
Stephen's death will hurt far more lives than Boris's will. Let's minimize the heartbreak of this terrible situation and save Stephen.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomato. Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Boris is nearly our own age. Imagine being cut down now in the prime of your life.
Mind. Can't have gotten far.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouth.
Those men hardly serve for this world. What's taking Tenderfoot so long? Tone, soothing a corpse's troubled mind. Can't have gotten far. Tone, soothing a corpse's troubled mind. Can't have gotten far.
All right, we'll do it your way.
Boris it is? Yes, I'll deliver the stone. I'm glad we'll get to save one man.
Thank
No,
the seven.
no, this is highly
thank
abnormal. What is this? This lightning? What happened? Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone. Somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
Terrible! 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 By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? 2 Rivalonians here? At the end of space and time? How... Oh, yes, proper introductions. Zigzags the historian at your service. It is my job to... As for how I got here, well, for a historian appointed by the gods themselves. How you got here, though, that's a rather more on such a tiny and rapidly shrinking vestige of space and time. I wouldn't have expected to find a soul but my own. Ah, at last, a question I can answer most definitively. I mentioned already that this place is the end of time, ought naturally to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse nightmare for a chronicler such as myself. But something totally, utterly show, don't tell, I always say. So go, peer through yonder looking lens and feast your...
Might be quite mad.
Then we had better appease him and have a look through the looking lens.
You saw? Terrifying, isn't... What's this? The portal! It's the portal! It's quite sprung to life, just like the long, dormant flames that decorate this... You, dear stranger, you must be the key. Something about your presence here is causing the end of those torches. A light! This portal active once more. It cannot be coincidence. Goodness me, how right you are. There's so much to take in, I'd nearly forgotten. and what you saw has been haunting my mind since I... It is the void itself. The dragon that is devouring creation. When I speak of the end, I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do know this. It's shrinking our future by the second. And if we don't stop it, it will devour the past and present as... It's not that I believe, it's that I have seen. Long have I been waiting here, hoping then, no longer than a few mere moments after you arrive, zap it goes. The chronicler of time knows a pattern when he sees one. Though I cannot say for certain. If it is what I believe, then our prayers might well be answered. In fact, every last question that ever plagued your noggin might well be answered. For I believe what lies beyond this portal is nothing but why spoil the mystery. As soon as we leap through, we'll after you. Oh, what? You first, but don't dilly-dally. Yes, just as I hoped. There she is.
And he's off.
It seems the imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
Worthy of rifling through my ample treasures, I do dare you to prove it. Find my 4 sisters, no more than one in each of the realms of your wide world, and each by each, you'll discover how to open me.
Indeed, Sir Imp. As surely as you are he who chronicles.
Astounding! Unbelievable! I have so many questions for you, so much...
You have brought guests, I see. Strange. Very strange guests.
My reaction exactly, milady. It was their arrival here at the end of time that instigated my finding you.
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, how did you arrive upon this plane? A stone. So, it was a stone that caused the great shock of energy that brought you here. And it infused you with new life as... Not like this, no. What happened to you is unique in all. Never had I experienced something so contrary to my nature. To weave something I had not seen, had not expected, but yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you came into contact with that stone.
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see all? Have you not woven all?
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me in this world, but their likenesses appeared not upon my source hunters. It would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Why and how, I cannot say, but I do believe that finding more stones will reveal Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. Its true nature must be part of a greater secret. A secret love. Do you see what violence my work has suffered? What wounds lay upon...
Mysteries of all time. Gaps in history. Oh, how they've tormented me for eons.
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new thread by which to mend the tapestry.
I see. What the void would
Yes. Though I cannot explain why this Starstone is the antidote to the voids. If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, the void will consume us all. Indeed you must, though I may not yet understand why. It seems that you and you alone can unlock the powers within Starstone. Yet we are not the only entities who know these stones to be so...
Why, of course, that's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see. Collectors of Starstone, more and more by the day. Now I understand. They'd keep the stones...
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon. The entire tapestry will crumble, even this...
That shall never be, milady. As sure as Zix comes before Zax, we will put a stop to it. First, we mend the keys, our most mysterious guest. Are you ready? Are you willing? Come, come! I've got something for you if you're up to the challenge.
Not but a moment ago, we were hunting Source in Rivellon, and now we're being told that we alone can prevent the end of time by way of some magical stones. What do you make of it?
You can't deny our reaction to Starstone. There must be something to all of this, mad as it may seem.
No matter how improbable, anything is possible.
Suggest to me that you've not given up on our dear old Rivellon. No, with you searching out Starstone, I believe we'll mend the tapestry in... But you'll need a way to travel between Rivellon and this homestead, won't you? Who wouldn't want to see what fantastic changes your search will yield? Luckily, the power of portals is known to you, so I'll let you in on the little secret of how to transport back and forth from the end. Off you go, then. You've Starstone to find, and I've a tapestry to examine. Surely there must be some clue here as to how on earth you're related to the end of time.
Cross my heart, hope to fade in the void, I honestly don't know. But ask her. If she claims it...
Like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot! Wouldn't it just... Would that I had a star-seeing guide. Just like yourselves, starstones are curiously absent from history. From what I can gather, though, they were once cherished by devious sorcerers whose reign ended long ago. The stones are therefore most likely to be found in the ancient place ruins, caves, the lairs of long-forgotten evils. Those are the dens you should frequent. Two more, neither do I. But the mere fact that activated Starstone has set the Weaver of Time weaving again more than implies that this in turn more than implies that you are the Void's natural enemy, for it is you who is setting new events in motion. You who is handing the Weaver new threads. And that which she is weaving, we may not understand the how yet, but our aim is clear. We shall save creation from the grip of the Void. Now, isn't that oh, I don't know if I'm more than those things per se, but having been given a divine mission does have its perks. Old age can't touch me, that's one. Immortality is mine, but of course I have a price to pay for something that is priceless. It is my duty to record all of history, and an arduous... So, gather those starstones so that we may know the history that was lost. Know so that we must not repeat what leads us to this dangerous precipice, but do better, lonesome, observing the frontier of creation, surfing the vibrant tide of the eons, always approaching yet never reaching shore. Well, yes, actually. I don't mean to complain, but one certainly... Perhaps you can imagine the profound pleasure it is to have made the Weaver's acquaintance after all these years. I can hardly wait to pick up... Before you go, Source Hunter, a final word. Once you return to Rivellon, there will be someone waiting for you. I hope he'll be able to help you as much as he can. Time I need...
How welcome you are upon this realm, our most honored guest. In the ethereal threads of eternity, do I record the deeds of gods, the drift of continents through changing seas, the rise and fall of empires, the shift of every grain of sand on every beach, the fall of every raindrop on every world, the all but imperceptible touch. Except, it seems, you. Ask, and I shall answer. If I can. I am the Weaver of Time, as I have told you. Though my existence is one that falls behind, I am but what I am, and that is task. It is the same for the historian. Chroniclers both are we of the... Perhaps we are one and the same. Task multiplied by 2. Who has made us? I do not know. Why have they... Am I the beginning? And am I to be the end? Who shall say? Perhaps I am the first thing in creation. Perhaps I am creation. Perhaps I am the creator. Or maybe it is you. Alas, the answers to those questions still elude me. You and Starstone remain... A hidden armor lies behind this veil of inscrutability, though. For the link between and the stones reveals that your destinies are intertwined. I believe that Starstones will not lead you to new places of wonder only. No. They will also lead to new knowledge through the restoration of the... Oh, Hunter. I have no need for company. Like I have no need for air or appetite or affection. All I need, and all I am, is time. And yet, I do enjoy your companionship, for you may prove to become the cure that will heal my slipping soul. Quite so. Your absence, it should be an impossibility, but no matter where I look, I do not know you, which makes you my one perennial imperfection, a blind spot in the eye of time. But perchance I may be cured of this blindness. Perchance the blemish may be undone, and time can be redeemed. What it is but a seed bereft of sun and water. What it could be, that is what the star stones will tell us. I reside in another realm altogether. But ever since the end of time appeared in these deep, dark skies, I materialized here, as if forced to watch the one thing that is unwatchable, unendurable. A thankless task that you may yet free me from forever. I think that perhaps you can redeem time, because you create time. Indeed, you have set in motion. Know that no longer I did weave. I sat here at the end of time and watched on as the void frays the fabric of time like a terrified god that fears the offspring. But suddenly there was you. You who stirred the life within the stones. These stones, children of stars, new threads emerged, and I began to weave anew. Starstone gives me new strands to braid into the tapestry. And because you give Starstone energy, these Starstones, please seek them so that time may yet be mended.
Source Hunters, I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon after your travels through the chasms of space. Nice to have found a shelter. I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent is I. So now that you know of the alliance between me and Sir Zigzags, and I'll be delighted to give it. Dark webs are being woven around these parts, and it is my firm belief starstones are the flies the sorcerer spies. It can therefore hardly be a coincidence that Councillor Jake was a collector of the stones we seek. His foul murder and the plight of dying time That means the task you have been given remains crucial. Find the assassin that did away with Jake, for you're bound to stumble upon Starstone along the way. While you were being lectured by our friend the historian and the grande dame of time, the advantage of being a cat, you know. You go where you please with impunity. And sometimes the lady of the house even reward. That's where I saw them in a cabinet. Mere slivers, but specks of starstones nonetheless. They lay there, silent and innocent. Though bloody murder may have been committed in their name, don't we all long for a sanctuary where our worldly troubles can be held at bay? A bed or a basket so snug it becomes, in a word. But perhaps I speak only for myself, not for veterans such as yourselves that by necessity call. Like any cat worth its salt, though, I deeply cherish a secret refuge unbeknownst to anyone. To be able to repose without a care is such a precious circumstance. So let me phrase it like Zigzags might. A universe without time is like a pen without ink. A pointless instrument stripped of the potential of creation. I'll not pretend to have all the answers, all that I understand all that is happening here and out there among the stars. But I do know I'd rather err. If Zigzags worries, I worry. We are talking about a creature, after all, that has reclined among the divines as nonchalantly as you and I lays beside the hearths of home. I met him first, a long time ago, out in the wastes of youthful Gaul. He wondered aloud what on earth a cat was doing out there in the scorching desert. Then shared what so I told him who I was and showed him my human form. He laughed. In the end, he even shared his great sorrow with me. The unspeakable thing you saw through his looking lens. I was awed and frightened, but swore to help him in any way I could. As of now, that includes helping the two of you. Oh, before you go, here. Take this teleporter pyramid. A handy toy. You'll need the other one too if you want to make use of its powers, but alas, I seem to have misplaced it. Don't worry. Now that this matter has been settled, hunters, I shall detain you no longer. But rest assured, I'll do my share of hunting too.
What is going on here? First I have to shoo away a creeping white tomcat, and now there's a perfect stranger in my bathroom. Get out, will you? Magical pyramid, eh? Frivolous and lecherous magic more. Out now, if you please. This room is private.
I've got my eyes on the prize. I don't have the right tool for mining.
I don't have the right tool for mining.
Careful, I've spotted a trap. Our enemies have laid a trap.
tastes blood, it craves more! Chance!
Darkness.
What's this I've spotted? Everything we do seems to fortify your abilities.
I suppose your example has inspired me to reach heights I never before envisioned.
That inspiration hardly flows one way, my friend.
Do you like whales? There are a few around Sisil, though one has gone tragically missing. Mumbling about Brachus Rex. Is that a new type of cheat?
You see a shady-looking figure fishing coins of gold out of the muddy water that pools beneath the well overhead. His movements are quick and nervous, but nevertheless, he seems to enjoy so absorbed is he in his coin hoarding that at first he doesn't notice your presence. Suddenly, though, he pauses, looks up, and quick as a cat its talon, your friendly tone of voice has immediate effect. The man quickly relaxes his aggressive stance, sheathes his weapons, and pulls a quill and a scrap of parchment out of one of his pockets. Dexterously,
Mew, can't speak. You look professional. You the source hunter the wizard asked for.
excitedly, the man turns over the scrap and pens a few more lines.
Name's Wargraf. I admire you. No hero like Source Hunter. Sizil, dead end. Please.
must focus.
An invigorating fight that was. And what a killing blow you delivered.
Cheers! Yes, I handled myself like the best of the best, even if I do say so myself.
No need for false modesty where none is needed. You're a born source hunter, and that's a fact.
As good as the new Penny.
The outskirts of Sicil are infested with undead!
Looks like that dog is awfully agitated. Hold. Our enemies have laid a trap.
quench the thirst of Rivellon!
I've spotted something interesting.
Soon enough, that her little party tricks hardly make her worthy of such grave responsibilities.
Thank you eternally for your help. Though your reaction to the healing stone, I have no idea what to make of it.
Tone, soothing a corpse's troubled mind. Can't have gotten far.
Fortune!
Soothing a corpse's troubled mind. Can't have gotten far. Tone, soothing a corpse's troubled mind. Can't have gotten far.
Creamy blues and gory reds that he ordered a contest across his realm.
Worse. Come one, come all, and see the amazing singing Stefan! Spicy will totally sentient, severed hair! My word!
Source hunters, eh? All right, proper, we're finally getting a hand. Think if you've got a favourite sheep, Best to fry her up now before she gets thieved in the night like me dear plump Ogget, the finest in me herd. Now that the herd's gone, old Bertie's just scratching by like a hen till the next batch of beasties. I recently sold most of the tender loves to a trader heading north. Plenty of business that way these days. Those miners must be preparing for a mighty great feast. Wish I could have a nibble on my dear darlings all grey. Yes. Oh, Ogget's been missing for more than a fortnight. I love that sheep, you know. Was planning to cook her into a fine midwinter night haggis myself. Do tell me if you hear anything about her. Sorry, can't help you there. Haven't got enough livestock left to warrant a hand with the work. I wonder how my dear sweet Doreen is doing. Bleeding waste, standing here without so much as a piglet in the pen.
Worm, brew and spice and stir and churn.
I could have had a new lamb by now.
Hello, proportionate one. Oh, I can see from the symmetry in your face that you are a great... I'm a painter by trade, as you can see, but a cartographer at heart. You might think there isn't enough work for one of my talents. I travel around Andervale, mastering my craft and finding new subjects to add to my litany of lovely portraits and complex maps. Like this rooster I'm working on now, and the landscape that surrounds him.
Hello there.
Spiritless? Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine.
Undead at every exit. Orcs upon the harbour. We're sealed in.
Help? What sort of arrows do you want? Freezing? Silver? Poison? Get to the point.
They're on the market, it seems.
Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for bar potatoes.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish, yours for a scrap of gold each. Tall snake, wig on worm, brew and spice and stir and churn. Fresh haddock, perfect for a fire.
A good day to you.
Tomatoes.
A good day to you.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish, yours for a scrap of goldfish.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Say, no one's around. You wouldn't raise a fuss if I, borrowed one of these fish.
Borrow, indeed. I'll sooner meet a cat wizard than see that merchant repaid.
Come now, I'll be good for it, I swear. Oh, my story's tired by now. I was happy enough, prosperous enough, before these lean times around Sicil began. Still, that doesn't wave up. So what do you think? Should I snag a fish?
That merchant has to eat too, you know. Leave the fish alone.
Yes, you know what they say about giving a man a fish. This man should learn to stand on his own 2 feet.
I suppose you've got a hungry man, you know.
That thief is free for now, but I wonder how long it'll be until his growling belly seduces him back onto the crooked path. Thank you for making that would-be thief see reason. I only hope your instruction lasts. The last thing the plagued people of Sicil need. That thief is free for now, but I wonder how long it... Thank you for...
Don't scuttle away before you've tried some of the ocean's finest bounty. How many crab claws would you like? 3? I listened in while you were talking to that would-be thief. Thank you for preserving my stock. It's no wonder you source hunters are known for setting the place straight.
I feel. Now, that's a sad story. Hey, look.
Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes. Here for your daily serving of veggies. Please partake of the plumpest produce ever.
Ah, gracious patron, I see your tired eyes looking a bit teary. I've just the potion for that. Or would you prefer a toasty fire spell to dry those vapours?
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
A good day to you.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Potions to be muscle you.
Livestock's got twice the sense and twice the soul of the average human, I say. Oh, hello, love. Nice day for a little stroll around the market, isn't it? Livestock's got twice the sense and thrice the soul of the average human, I say.
there! You don't look like someone who's ever been serenaded by a severed head. Step right up! You there! Take a seat. Prepare to laugh your head off, cry your eyes out, and teeter on the edge of your seat with an original tale from Stefan, the talking... I am Reginald the Illusionist, purveyor of the most amazing artifact in Andover. This fantastical... Why do I care what tall tales you've heard about Stefan's origins? Try to do something about it if you dare. The fair's full of legionnaires who love no better entertainment than cutting down a source hunter for stirring up trouble.
He's right, you know. We can hardly walk off with a talking head in the middle of a crowded fair.
We'll just have to think of something more clever than daylight robbery.
And see the amazing singing Stefan!
Fantastic!
Sightseal's only sentient severed head!
Fantastic! Fantastic!
By the seven!
Come
what
on,
a tale!
And see the amazing singing Stefan! Sightseal's only sentient severed head!
Zombie ate your dog? Orc sunk your ship? No matter! You're at Katerina's Fair, a veritable summer home for troubled minds. Won't you take a seat and let our esteemed entertainers... Well, I'm Katerina the Fair, fairest first lady of the fair, of course. I've an open stage in want of talent, and I've often found the best young performers among the rank and file of the audience. The theatre's fever has overcome you, has it? Marvelous! I do so love a fresh green talent ready to bloom. But I support players, not writers, you see. If you want to perform here, you'll have to check the library and see if any of the classics there interest you. I'd love to see a source hunters take on one of the old stand...
My word! Bravo! Bravo!
And who are you supposed to be? Oh, I should have been one of the greats. But here I am gathering peasants to watch peasants perform... No, really? I hadn't noticed. If not for this ridiculous condition, don't you have an impressive library here in Sicil? I'm sure that beast of a librarian could take it up with Katerina. She's the master of this pig circus. You there! Sit! Stay a while. Right in front. I'll excite you. Oh, don't pity me. No, sir. Just a few years ago, I was the all-singing, all-dancing, all-sensational darling. When Reginald came, he brought some fantastic prop with him. Now, have you seen it? A talking head. Now, I never expected a silly gimmick like that to be It seems even my usually choosy audience has been taken in by that hack's little gizmo. I'm a man of skill, sleight of hand, feats of wit, and pure entertainment. And even when there's no crowd to speak of, old Reggie still has at least one fan calling bravo and hee-haw. Sure as the sun sets, that one devotee attracts 5 more, and then I don't know how he inspires such loyalty with less talent contained between his hat and his boots. any spirit. Performers, showman, show all of them. Side seal what you're made of.
This here is the greatest illusion in Andale!
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Oh, excuse me, I'm trying to prepare for the next show. Autographs will have to wait until the end. I doubt I have to tell you that I am the amazing singing Stefan, the only sentient severed head. Psst. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Oh, bless the seven. Pleasure to meet you. Now, please, Stefan has many fans to meet today. Psst, help me. Take me to Reginald's cellar. There I will reveal everything. It won't be the worst indignation I've suffered.
We will have none of that, you hear?
Fantastic! Bravo! Bravo! Ha!
Today, I think, a king.
My
the
word!
Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines.
My word!
It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said to know Sigurd himself, that the king had a great thirst.
My word!
So ardently did he crave creamy blues and gory reds that he ordered a contest across his realm. Today, I think, a king. The great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines.
My word!
It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said to have known Sigurd himself, that the king had a great... Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti... Oh, excuse me, I'm trying to prepare for the next... It won't be the worst.
This here is the greatest illusion in Andale!
A little privacy at last. Out of earshot of that contemptible jester. With my true name is Nick. In life, I was an entertainer aboard the ship of the famed Pontius Pirate. I once dared to defy him and he savagely bit. Little did I know the abuse was only beginning. A wandering sorcerer, mad as the day is long, found my severed head on the beach and resurrected me. I spent months in his company listening to him blather on about his every inane opinion. When I asked him to return my head to my body, it must be in the Black Cove still, he became enraged and tossed my head. Reginald stumbled upon me some days later and consigned me into his horrid little show. I know not how long I've been entertaining slack-jawed imbeciles at the Scythial Fair. All I know is I just can't... More than anything. But the chances are so slim with the Black Cove utterly infested with Pontius's undead cronies. My poor lost body is a traveller. If there were any way you would brave the cove's depths and reunite me with myself, you'd be doing me the only kindness I'd have received in as long as my poor memory serves. That charlatan doesn't have a lick of his own talent. So he begs, borrows and beats what I wouldn't give to give old Reggie a swift kick in the jugglers. Oh, to have legs again. It won't be the worst indeed.
forget you. It's all over. I will never love again.
All right. Oh, that Gallagher is quite the performer. One of my own ilk. Oh, just like old... Wow. You there? You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut.
This is the finest show in the land! Oh, wow.
Wow. Come on! Come on! Can't you hear the stage calling you?
Never! I will never forget you.
Join the stud club if you got an eye for barn potatoes.
You there! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hunter, are you not? The hero the whole of Sightseal is abuzz about. But no, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate has put me on this very Mendius at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what has first been... Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better. To become the full extent of the promise.
Of course I do. How could someone in my profession not?
Quite right. Adventure is what we live for.
See here. You and I share the same passion. I never doubted it for a moment. The thrill of walking the unbeaten. Too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere son.
Well, I can't say that I haven't.
Yes, some extra gold is always welcome.
Indeed. Indeed, gold is always welcome. And among the fabulous five, gold flows as freely as... Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be a source hunter must get frightfully dreary sometimes. Am I right?
There's no shame in following directives if your masters are worthy of your trust.
True enough. We...
Come now. I refuse to believe such a uniquely skilled individual would settle for a puppet's role. Life's too short to spend it doing someone else's bidding. Am I right? Of course I am. And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab, so that I could meet you and tell you about the marvel that is the Fabulous Five. The invitation to join is yours. Ah, the Fabulous Five. How I enjoy simply saying the words that describe the most illustrious and celebrated adventurers' guild in Riverlong. You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course you would. And you can. Of course,
If you... What a gem of a question. Straight as an arrow. Now, to join the Fabulous Five is to join a fellowship, to join a fraternity, a sorority, a community. The title of Knight is bestowed upon you, of course. Should you spread the word, should you propagate the gospel of the Fabulous Five and thereby draw new... By now, the genial glow of the fellowship must have warmed your heart. It has, hasn't it? But did I say fellowship? I mean family. For like a family, we support... Work hard. Fulfill contracts. Enlist new knights, and swiftly shall you rise through... Of course, of course, of course. All you need to do is sign this waiver, and just like that...
Hanging around again, are you?
Join a guild. Better the world. Earn a lot.
And me. Mate.
Marvelous. Magnificent. Oh, but what am I saying? Fabulous is the word. You may not realize it yet, but your fortunes, your very life is about to change for the better. So let us not... You found new recruits already? Efficient. Proactive. Oh, I like that. Send them to me and I'll sign them up. And of course, since they're your... What more is there to say, my friend? You are one of us now. A proud... Oh, it's a pretty straightforward task, this one. Now, in this town dwells a wizard. Who is his name? And he's a frightful eccentric. Scientific type, you know the kind. Favors reason over faith and all that. Not Fabulous Five material, him. His experimental weapons may keep a couple of skeletons away from the... One of them was a big lumbering apparatus. A frightful automaton shaped like a giant made of steel. It was supposed to crush the undead, but you can guess what happened. Did it become sentient? Was it cursed? Whatever the cause, the thing relieved itself of its pilot, and luckily there are those in this world who belong to the Fabulous Five. The braves who eat such monstrosities for breakfast. Go, my friend. They call the undead a problem, my friend. But those who know the ways of the Fabulous Five see no problems. They see opportunities.
That excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine orphan.
Join the Stud Club if you got an eye for farm potatoes.
Toe of snake, wing of worm, brew and spice and stir and stir.
Smell the sea air over this rock.
Have you found us a job yet? We'll take anything. The Fabulous Five, eh? That sounds like just the right opportunity. for 3 brawny buccaneers like us.
No, it is. He drove it straight to the bubble back.
Ooh.
That's why we never sailed to Düsseldorf anymore.
Speaking of you, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that orchid charm loves him.
I wouldn't let it all within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Striking it French!
Well, what does it matter? Day labour's more suited to my nature anyhow.
Yes, honest pay for an honest day.
You see, the gold and silver planets in square aspect suggest a struggle. The sign Hell.
Steady, boys, steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up.
Yes, I'm sure of it. Tell it to mind its own business.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
How fares your first quest, hero and hunter? Yes, I've met them. Oh, they're a very promising set indeed. They've already left on their first assignment, don't you know? Yes, indeedy. Left for Lucula Forest, that leaf-covered playground. How fares your first quest, hero and hunter?
Hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before you. I am the Duke of Ferrum. Though I suppose my name is in the mouths of enough ruthless gossipers that it's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Chancellor and I were anything near allies, but I truly never wished the man harm.
Never saw you in the king crab before. You're welcome to scratch me behind the ears if you like. I won't scratch back. I am Unsinkable Sam. At least that's what they call me around here. Used to be a ship's cat, but the clipper I was on sank, and I was the only one to wrestle himself free from the waves. The people here were kind and took me in. Been the king crab's foremost patron ever since. A magnificent ship she was. Used to belong to a pirate, I was told. Unlike me, she didn't prove to be unsinkable, though. We hit the cliffs right neath the lighthouse. Not very apt to name, but the moment I hit the water, I writhed around like I would on a hot tin roof. By some miracle, I managed to reach the beach, covered in kelp and smelling worse than a fish's funeral parlor. But I was alive, and that was more than anybody else could say.
Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye on you, Baron.
So I was. What friends I had. They drowned alongside the rats I used to hunt in the galley. Not that I have it bad here, mind you. I've milk and fish aplenty. Most folks will pet me kindly, and when one of the village girls holds me tight against her ample bosom, I purr up a storm. But I do long for a companion of my own kind, and in that regard, there is no one like Maxine. Maxine, the mayor's darling pet. So gentle, so fair a feeling. She likes me. I know she does. But when I declare my love, she backs away. I don't know why. I have serenaded her and braved many a bucket of water for my efforts. But for some reason, she is not to be swayed. By all means. People make a fuss about them because they endanger the lands around the city. They never bother me when I'm out for my monthly walk, though. But still, I do detest them. I mean, they're so unnatural, aren't they? Cats can have 9 lives, but humans are only entitled to 1. Oh, don't mention orcs to me. Worse than dogs, that one. Sank Walrus Willie's boat right from under him. Best anchovy fisher in the world he was. A loss to us all.
A source hunter? I'd like to report some dark magic. Only tainted hearts could tip as miserably as this lot. Been at the King Crab nearly 10 years now, personally. Seen every character you can imagine, from bums to wizards, passed through these doors for a pint and a place. I think I'm one of the last folks to hear him alive. That awful scream's been ringing in my ears ever since. And with the room where it all happened still under quarantine, we've a constant reminder of exactly what happened. Though that's the question, isn't it? What exactly did happen? We all thought it was Esmeralda who checked into that room, and the Duke that followed her in. I was washing up and nudging the last of the lushes out of the door when a cloaked woman rushed in right past me. I never got a good look at her, damn my eyes, but I figured the way she disappeared that she was visiting one of the lodgers. Lucky for the perpetrators, I was rinsing bottles in the back when the terrible deed took place and saw nothing more. I'm not proud to say I ducked under the counter and damn well stayed there till I heard Ivad fling that door open. But I was paralyzed with fright.
Ah, hello. I suppose you're... It's very tragic news. I am the...
Whatever happened? Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Medora, you lummox. I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths with you Westies all that often. But Medora's the name. Retired, or so the order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your cause. Heavens hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. And come to think of, see, I'm here on, well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either, but ones who've taken dark magic. What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say, but it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases and a knee knock. I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Sicile. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form, I can't clear the place of that many orcs without back by the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated a tripwire on our village wizard's property. Fortunately for me, that particular wizard has a penchant for things that go boom. I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. He pursued me for miles, but I'd lost him before I made it. Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till you tapped my shoulder just now. But perhaps that's where you come in. I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. And the way I see it, I've been scouting Cecile for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the council. Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know this place like the back of my hand by now, and the orcs up north will be short work.
A fantastic plan. With 3 source hunters working in tandem, we'll put an end to all the evils bent against this fair land.
Another source hunter on the team will make us...
Oh, that's the spirit.
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Fortune? He should be so lucky as to be defeated by Alistair the Great.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend. Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your... what have we here? A source hunter, is it? Well, my day just became rather more stimulating. As tall as an elf, strong as an orc, but your face... quite classical, isn't it? Statuesque, some might say. And my word, what passion burns from your eyes. Please forgive my being forward, but I dare say, can it be? I am Anna. Jewel in the crown that is... I've cut 1,000 throats and baked 1,000 bread rolls, stolen the crown jewels of the Queen of Arata, and, with my pockets full, helped her reach enlightenment. When the day comes that I die, the gods will evacuate the heavens to make space for my... I contain multitudes, you see, and I am utterly replete. Except that, much to my dismay, I had as yet to find the... But then, Source Hunter, you wandered into this tavern, and I... Oh, that I have. For nearly a lifetime, it seems. Well, I'm sure you must know what I mean. Like existence itself lacked a significant component. Like if you could only fill a certain void, could connect with the... I believe I have found that component, that body, that spirit within you, Source Hunter. Come, if ever we are to be united, we must truly Yes, you must join the Fabulous Five right away, as soon as time permits. Together, as a team, we'll explore the boundless realm before us. So you've joined up. You've sworn to share in our adversity and our bounty alike. Oh, I can finally offer you our finest adventuring equipment at fantastic in-house rate. Well, you must be thrilled to find yourself a member of a team so widely renowned for its valor and skill. And you must be even more curious about how you yourself can suit up to face such enemies as a member of the Fabulous Five must face. Well, never fear. I have everything you need. Oh, darling, that was so long ago now. Who can remember who said what after all this time? What matters is the here and now. And if you are a member of the eminent Fabulous Five, I hear you've been tasked with taking out that crazed robot in the northern cave. I'm sure you'd like to equip yourself with the finest possible accoutrement, wouldn't you? Come, come, I have everything you need.
run out of signed handkerchiefs. An Alistair keyring, maybe. In any case, make it quick. You're not the only fan who wants some of my time. What do you mean, not familiar? You expect me to believe you've never heard of Alistair the Almighty? Why, I'm only the most famous wizard this side of the distance. Although, it'd be worth checking the other side too, just in case. And don't forget, I'm the most eminent member of the Fabulous Five to boot. Surely you already know we've been voted the most influential adventurers guild by SideQuest Monthly, 3 years running. Well, well, you're far from my caliber, but who isn't? It's good you're eager, but let me give you a word of warning. Aim for my spots, and your career in the Fabulous Five will meet a most unsavory end. Those nasty beasts are hardly worth my time, though I suppose I'll step in if none of the recruits manage to prove adept enough to... You'll be dealing with Ahu's little abomination, will you? I'd go myself, but I'd fear I'd end the fight before anyone else got in their licks. If I don't leave a few crumbs for the newbies once in a while, they'll accuse me of stealing the spotlight, you see.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've come to my match is when I linger over long while lighting
Pointless chatter with strangers does so thrill me. How did you know? Please continue interrupting my drink if you'd be... How curious of you to show interest in a lonesome stranger at the bar. Let me answer by saying that who I am is hardly any of your business. So you've wrangled a position in the Fabulous Five, have you? I'm fairly brimming with enthusiasm at the prospect of calling you a pup. You've been sent after Ahu's insane robot, I understand. Do you imagine that while you're busy being crushed by that abomination, I'll manage to get through a whole drink, distraction-free?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Greetings, traveller, and may the Immaculate Conduit's myriad blessings comfort and cradle you. What's in a name, dear friend? For we all begin equal in the Conduit's eyes, and only through great deeds may enter into her inner ring. You mean you haven't heard? Oh, what fortune that I may share the goddess's salvation with. Steel yourself, friend, for your mortal spirit could be forever transformed from this moment forth. The conduit, our link to the goddess herself, has given by following her instructions and becoming initiated into the one way, we can each of us live on for a span greater than the number of stars that twinkled. She came from on high to we mortals and showed us the path to the goddess, where all living souls are not. She showed us that injury and malady need not mark the end of life, but that through her for this hallowed information, you must seek an immaculate chapel. Go north, friend, through the forest and into the town of Silver. There, among her followers and friends, dwells the goddess's ecstasy. Her one. Go on the path to the righteous, my friend.
That doesn't belong to us, you know.
You're right, it doesn't.
Sometimes I get a little overzealous while I'm on the job.
Overzealous? No such...
Hearty welcome to the King Crab Inn, and a pleasure to have you. You look like you could use a round or three, so what'll it be? The name's Ivad. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I've been offering the weary travellers of Sicil drink and rest for near. All you see before you is the manifestation of my great-grandpappy Horatius Dungeness's noble vision. Well, between you and me, things have been rather slow since the, incident. But with spirits high and liquor flowing like it is tonight, it seems the crab may just come out. Mind if we keep our voices down over that sensitive subject? Death and dark magic ain't exact. That room where it happened, it was rented to a certain woman. Though I regret to say I can't say exactly who. This inn isn't in the business of asking many questions. She came heavily cloaked, but paid the full sum in advance. I was used to such transactions after many similar concerning a certain Esmeralda. Figured this were just more at same. I saw one other figure go into the room that night. Someone tall, built broad like a man, but shrouded the same as she. Again, standard practice for Mrs. Counsellor and her visitors. I was startled awake by a horrendous hubbub shortly after midnight. I jumped up and grabbed me grandpappy's machete, bleary-eyed and awash in fright. By the time I burst into that room, it was horribly silent. There was only Jake on the floor, dead, surrounded by what may as well... Whoever done it has escaped through the window. But I saw nary a soul when I looked out. You can bet I hightailed it to the Legion barracks faster than a jack... Counsellor Jake, that poor man. I knew too much about his affairs, you know. Never figured it my business to say anything, but after all that's happened, I wonder if that weren't a grave mistake. Esmeralda's longest-standing lover has the audacity to remain lodged at this very inn, you know. He's called the Duke of Ferrol, a high title for a low man. If you haven't yet asked him about Esmeralda, I'd recommend it.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've got to my match is when I linger at the lumbar whacking my pipe. Hello. I suppose, yes, she and I have a history. That's hardly a secret anymore. I quite doubt it was even a secret from Jake. As easy as it would be to pin suspicions on Esmeralda or I assure you that the affair was never so steamy and sordid as the busybodies around town make it out to be. Jake and Esmeralda had no great affection for each other. He had his interests, she had hers, and there was little passion left between them. Certainly not enough to...
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't open this door for anyone who hasn't received...
Careful, I've spotted a trap. Hold. Our enemies have laid a trap. tea or pick up...
I was really hoping to find something better.
It was Esmeralda who killed Councillor Jake, but I didn't see her here the night of the murder. Then again, she... Squeak! This will is disgusting!
Well, what sort of arrows do you want? Freezing? Silver? Poison? Get to the point.
Well, hello there.
What are ye staring at? Captain Jack's the name, though the title may be a little generous at the moment. Those scallywags heard there be silver in...
How lovely to see you again.
Dearest customer, I've never seen an aura so plagued by ether. Thank Astarte, I've just the earth scroll to ground you.
A good day to you.
I was really hoping to find something better.
Careful now, that's a trap.
About time the council took notice of us. You here for the bone rattler?
Leave me be, I have a job to do.
Greetings, greetings. Oh, you are most welcome in my chamber, 'cause that I am. I have spent more of my life on the road travelling alongside great caravans than I have in any given place in Rivellon. You wouldn't believe some of the things I have seen. Oh yes, a city besieged by the dead isn't even remotely special to me. Oh, but let us not discuss. Let us browse and barter.
You there, cut it out.
I'm telling you, a necromancer must have been at work in Sicil. How else do you explain a risen dead sprouting like mushrooms in the night? What do you think you're doing? Undead at every exit. Orcs upon the harbour. We're sealed in.
tight.
Source Hunter! I'd like to report some dark magic. Only taint...
Hello. I suppose...
Whatever happened to that
Watch out! I smell... Dinosaurs gone.
Actually, I think that's only roast pig.
Ah, yes, of course.
Pay the big cheese on your blood with a wheel of the good stuff.
How lovely to see you again, haver of the beautifully shaped shoulders.
Sheep's cheese, tomatoes.